me just a second, guys. Give me just a second. 1 second. Sneezes. Sneezes are always good. So, I was gonna play some River City Ransom today, but I feel the need to talk about things. You know what? I'm gonna put on some music. So, you know, in light of recent events, let me just start with this. Let me just start with this for you saplings. I know that it's really hard right now, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably gonna have to mute myself a few times, and I apologize for that. I'm sure you understand. I know it's very hard right now. It's something that we all never expected to happen. I'm not very good with words when it comes to things like this. And you probably heard a lot of this already, but I felt the need to do this as well. Yes, I'm playing music from, you know, that. But, think of it this way. I know it's sad, I know it really, really hurts, it really, really sucks. And I know we have until 1 month from today, basically, to spend time with Fauna. And I know it's hard to stay optimistic and all that, but you still have a month left. We still have a month left. Let us all try to make the best of that time with Fauna. Try to stay upbeat, positive, optimistic, regardless of how much it may hurt. Regardless of how sad you may feel. We want to send her off on a positive note. We don't want to send sad vibes at the end. We want to show her how much we care, how much we appreciate her. Thank her for everything that she's done for all of us, for all the kind and encouraging words, all the funny, silly stuff that she's done. For all the fun times together, and for lifting us all up when we were down. God, I make this sound like it's a funeral or something, and it's not. It's not, because even after Fauna leaves Hololive, she'll probably still be around in some form or another. We'll have to wait and see. And even if or when she returns, we should still support her. I know it's gonna feel weird at that point, because if or when she returns, we don't know when that may be, we don't know if that will be. I know it will feel weird because it will still be Fauna, but at the same time I know it's still Fauna. it will still be Fauna, so don't worry. I'm sure it will still be the same goofy, silly, nerdy Kieran that we all know and love. I think it's not so much that we're all sad about her leaving the company, leaving Hololive, because we know she'll be fine. We know that we may meet her again. I think the reason that we're all sad, myself included, is it's not the end of her, but it will be the end of Sarah's Fauna, and I think that's why so many people are sad, myself included. Because let me tell you my story to give a little bit of, to shed a little light on how I feel. So, this may get a little personal, but it is what it is. This is gonna be a heavy stream, so. Back sometime last year, I personally was not in the best spot. I'm sure a lot of people were not in a very good spot during the past few years, but last year was pretty rough for me. Mostly just because of work life and being stressed 24/7 about money and stuff like that. Probably less of a stress for some other people. But, you know, when your schedule either was work 2 hours a day, you could go home and you had nothing to preoccupy yourself with other than your own streaming. And back then, I streamed like really long hours. I would stream from like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. till like 9 p.m. I think some people that have watched me over the years remember how long I used to stream. And sometimes I would even go a little bit later into the night, depending on how I felt. Now, I have schoolwork from that time period to around April, where I switched jobs, and it was a bird shift stalking job. So now, instead of having 2 hours a day, I had an 8-hour job. The problem was, I was working from 9 p.m. till 7 or 8 a.m. Would get home, go to sleep, and then I would end up waking up like 4 or 5 p.m. Which gave me no time to do anything of my own. I had like 4 hours of free time before I had to go back to work. So I was afraid of doing much streaming during those times. I still tried to, but it was really, really hard. And I had nothing else to really preoccupy my time with. I was watching Raocow and Knock lately. That's how I spent some of my time, but outside of that, I had nothing. And it was starting to wear me down mentally to a really bad point. So sometime during the summer of 2023 last year, probably around July, I'm going to say it was June, July, I decided to take a dive and look at who this thing that was called VTubers and Hololive, which of course I've heard of Hololive. I've heard of it, but I've never really seen anything related to it outside of artwork. Like, I've seen quite a bit of artwork, and I'm like, who are these people? Eventually, I got interested enough to go look and see, okay, what exactly is this about? And I found out, okay, so it's streamers with virtual avatars, okay. So I decided at the time to take a look at Hololive, and I looked at their main site, and I'm like, which of these characters interest me the most in terms of their design. No, I haven't seen any of... I haven't seen any clips at this point. I was going purely based off of what I was seeing. And there were a few that caught my eye. Some of them I would not check out because of language barriers. Because, you know, I was interested in some like Flare and Lammy, but because they are Japanese and they only speak Japanese, that I didn't feel like that would have been a thing for me back then. Nowadays, I just watch whoever. Like, I was watching Aqua. I'm still watching Koyori, even though I don't understand Japanese, because I get vibes, you know? And when I was looking at the English side, there wasn't too many there. We only had, Myth and Council at the time. Advent had not debuted yet. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, so this character looks interesting, and this one looks interesting. Now, I don't remember if I checked Callie out that early. I did eventually check Callie out, and I am subbed to Callie, by the way. But one of the very first ones I watched was, I was watching Mume, because I'm like, you know, Mume seems like a pretty cool, person to watch. And she is a pretty cool, person. Don't get me wrong. It's just that the vibe just didn't fit with me. And then, I came across who I would eventually end up following afterwards. So, I remember seeing this green-haired lady. Very, very pretty design. A very pretty design. And I decided, you know what? Let's check out this pretty lady. Let's see what she's like. And if I recall, and I might be misremembering, but if I recall, the very first stream I walked into was a Minecraft stream, which I don't really care about Minecraft myself, I'll be real. Minecraft is not my thing. Give me just a second, if you will. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. And I was sitting there listening. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't really care about Minecraft. Let me see what the person is like. And so I entered, and the first thing I heard was this the softest, soothing voice I have ever heard. Like, I have never heard a voice like that, ever. Like, it was soft, it was gentle, you could feel the kindness just coming from it. And I'm like, you know what? This might just be my vibe. So, I stuck around, and while listening to it, I was listening to some of her silly rants, or, you know, ramblings, rants, stories, stuff like that. And I actually found myself smiling, and sometimes laughing. Which, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of a rarity for me to actually smile and laugh. It really is. And, I decided to stick around for a little bit, because I was like, maybe this is what I need to help lift me up out of my spot. And I think this was when she was still in Japan, because I think I remember her, yeah, it was with the summer background. She was in, like, the you know, the little black t-shirt thing. I remember her little morning ooze. The stretchy Kieran. It was like the cutest thing you could ever hear. It's gonna stretchy Kieran. And I think that was around the time that she was doing things like World of Horror and stuff like that. And just like, after watching some of those streams, it's like, this is exactly what I needed. Because every time I watched one of her streams, I always found myself smiling. I felt better. I felt better emotionally. I felt better mentally. I just felt better. And, I remember the very first super chat I sent in, if I can remember correctly. I remember she was like Chibi. She was in her small form, and she was really doing like a super chat catch-up, I think. And the very first super chat I remember sending in was thanking her for being her. It must have been like a month later, after being subscribed to her, I sent a little super chat in. I remember thanking her for being herself. And I remember saying, never change that about yourself. Never change that. Because it is what makes you, you. And I remember that touching her. And I remember later on asking for advice. I think it might have been in like September or something. I asked her for advice like, is feet hooping worth doing? Should I try feet hooping? What should I do? What should I try to do with streaming? And I remember her giving really, really good advice about that, and I've been trying to follow that advice ever since. Just stream what I feel like streaming, just give things a try, you know? And that's what I've been trying to do. Now, granted, I haven't done some things that I wanted to try, and if will I ever, I don't know. Like, she gave me the motivation to pick myself back up and try things again. Now, granted, there are some things that I haven't done again. Like, there was a while back when I was trying to do art-related stuff. And the only art-related stuff I did was a sprite. You know what? I'm gonna try to find it because I want to share it. I wish to share that. Is that fine with you guys if I share this? Is it fine for me to share this? It's not that. That's not it. I gotta find it first. Let me find it. I wish to find it so I can share it. It's probably on my external, huh? It's on my external. I will find it. Give me just a second, please. Because again, I want to share this. Oh, it's probably over here, actually. Yeah, it's over here. So there it is. Give me a second. Let me pop this up here. Where is it? I'm gonna add this. Give me a second. I am going to add this, and I'm going to share this, because, again, I would not have even tried to do this if it weren't for Fauna. Let me double check over here. So, this is what I worked on for 3-4 months. I had a little help with this, setting up the base and whatnot, but I tried my best to do this for about 3 or 4 months. Because I wanted to show my appreciation for fauna. Give me a second if you will. Apologies about that. That's probably gonna happen a few times. So, yeah, I took a lot of time to try to set this up. This is the final version of this. I have one that's earlier. This one, I got a lot of help with, updating, so it's not 100% mine, this version, but I did set up a lot of, what I wanted to do here. It's just that some of these details I had help with fixing up. Like the face got fixed up by the person that was helping me, like this little peacock skirt got fixed up because, let me tell you, this peacock skirt was, it was a thing. It was a thing. I'm gonna show you the original one before so this is what I did all on my own. Well, almost all on my own. The apple and hands. The apple, hands, and feet got, done by someone else because I'm awful with hands and feet. And they did the apple for me just because. But everything else here on this particular sprite is 100% what I did. So, while I still feel like this is my person, and I kind of want to post this on my Twitter as well. I probably will, just to show my version of this, where it was almost 100% my work. But yeah. Yeah. So give me a second again. I'm trying to, I'm bad with words. It's hard for me to talk this, situation. So, she inspired me to try to do art again. Now, I wish I could do more art, but honestly, it's been very, very hard to get the motivation to do art again. And it's even harder right now, when the person who gave me motivation is gonna be leaving soon. You know? I shouldn't let that stop me from trying to do art, but there's also me, you know, because I have a bit of an OCD with art, and you can't have OCD with art. So that was one of the first things I tried to do for fauna. And it was one of my earliest things. Now, fast forward to November of last year, and I had an idea for a game. And I decided, after 5 or 6 years of not making anything, I decided, you know what? I want to try to make a game. One more time. Just for her. It will have other characters, of course. Because you can't have just one character. But I'm like, I want to try and make a game that she's the main character of, and she's supposed to be a big part of the whole overarching story. Now, granted, I don't know if I made it that way, and I'm working currently to try to get a beta out before the month's over. I want to get a beta out soon. I have the final boss to do, I got endings, I got credits, but I want to get that all done really, really soon, so I could get a beta out so that people can try it. And hopefully, you know, maybe she'll give it a try too. Maybe. Because it's almost done. There's only a little bit left, but I can't get everything done in time. I just can't. 200 enemy sprites, I can't do that. I'm not a sprite. I'm not a fast spriter. But yeah, she gave me motivation to try to make this game. Now, it took me about a month or two before I actually started. I think I was thinking about in like September, October, the idea of the game. And I had juggled around a lot of ideas, and ultimately I went with this idea, which I think probably fits. This does have to play right now, doesn't it? This does have to play right now, doesn't it? But yeah, I tried to get the game to center around her a little bit. Now that all of this is happening, I've been rethinking on if I want to rework the story a little bit to include her more as part of the story. Which, if I did that, I wouldn't be able to get this out in time. And that worries me, because I would, again, like to get this out before the time's up, you know? But yeah, she gave me motivation to do art, to do that game, and she is the whole reason why I even have this model to begin with, and why I even try to do VTubing myself. Now, the way I do it probably isn't as interesting as some of the other VTubers, probably not as interesting as a lot of other VTubers. But I gave it a try. I'm still trying. And I want to try to be the best that I can, because she gave me the motivation to try. So, that was a long time ago, because the year's pretty long. And I'll tell you, it doesn't feel like it's been a year. The past year kind of feels like it's been kind of slow, in all honesty. Might be because I haven't had a job since last September, and I haven't been able to find one since then. That might be part of the reason why the past year's been slow. Nothing has been really preoccupying my time other than, you know, my streams and watching Fauna. I even moved my stream times from like 6, 7, 8 p.m. to like, originally it was 4 p.m. And then I moved it to 3 so I could give myself a little more breathing room to do a little bit extra. Because I always wanted to catch her stream at Stacker Fauna time. Fauna Stacker time, whatever. Because that was the time of the day where I was the most relaxed. Just sitting there, relaxing, listening to her yap about whatever. listening to her talk about her weird dreams that she had, about whatever plans she had in the future, about what's been going on at the current time. And, you know, just see her reactions to stuff happening in the games she's playing. And, you know, I know she hasn't been the biggest collab person. I know she's probably the most quiet person in collabs, but I still enjoy them. She was the one I watched during Ian Reco. Because while I did watch Iris and Cecilia and Callie whenever she wasn't streaming, whenever she stopped streaming, and they were funny too, there was some funny stuff. The honest Ian Reco stream was always comfy. It was different from everyone else. It was literally different. And it was a comfy mood. And I hate saying this myself, but I don't know how I'm gonna bring myself to watch Ian Reco Season 2. I really don't. Because that's gonna be really, really hard for me. And I'm sure a lot of saplings are gonna feel that way too. I'm sure that's how a lot of teammates felt when Alme left as well. About Ian Reco too. Because it probably was gonna feel very weird with Alme not around. And now that Fauna's not gonna be around, it's gonna feel a lot more empty. A lot of things are gonna feel a lot more empty, really. Give me just a second, if you will. Sorry about that, me talking about that and this music playing kinda struck a chord, you know? But, yeah. Like, I'll still try to keep watching the others that I've been subbed to. Like, whenever Iris streams, I always try to catch Iris. I don't know how much I'll be able to catch her if I ever get a job again, because it's so late at night that if I ever get a job, I'm never going to be able to catch her live again. Which, that's gonna suck. Because, yes, there are gods, but gods are such a different feel from live streams. Like, yes, I know that when Fauna's gone, I could go back and watch gods, but it's not gonna be the same to me. It's really not. And I apologize if I sound sappy or, you know, emotional. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to keep myself composed. But, yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that it's not just us saplings that are feeling this way. I'm sure that everyone else in Hololive is feeling just as bad. Well, I don't know if bad is the word, or just as sad. Because they've had closer connections with Fauna than anyone else, probably. So, it's probably just as sad for them, but they're doing their best to keep their chins up, to try to make everyone feel better. And that's what we should do. I mentioned this earlier in the stream. We need to try to keep optimistic. We just gotta keep pushing through. I know it hurts. I know it hurts a damn lot. And I know some of you are probably very angry, probably rightfully so, especially after hearing what she said on the graduation or the announcement stream. Please don't say that word to me. And probably from what you've heard from other members, yeah. I too am a little angry after hearing about that stuff. But for her sake, please try to not be negative. Try to not make her feel bad. I'm sure she already feels sad enough as it is. We don't need to make that worse. Try to keep her happy. Even if you're sad, even if it makes you sad, even if you need to cry, there's nothing wrong with crying. I'm a grown adult man, and I cry, okay? I'm old, and I cry. When I heard that, I cried. I cried really, really hard. And it hurt. It hurt the Coco. Really, really badly. As some of you may have heard from me in Discord, if you're in the chat or if you're watching this from pod. Some people in Discord know how much it really hurt, but I'm not gonna break this into Fauna streams. I'm just gonna keep my head held high. I'm gonna keep trying to support her for as long as I'm able to, and as long as she's around. And I'm gonna do my best to try to make her laugh, make her have a good time, and you know, just make her happy. That's all you can do. And when the time does come, and I know nobody wants to think about that, I know nobody wants to, neither do I. When it does come, send her off with a smile. Send her off happy. Let her know that, yes, we're sad to see you go, but you have helped us all so much, and that we appreciate everything that you've done. And we look forward to seeing you again, hopefully, in some form or another. And we wish you luck on your journey, wherever that may take you. I hope that we can all say something like that when it is time. Can you all do that? I know it'll be hard, it'll be very hard, but can you all at least send her off with a smile? That is my personal request. Let her go with a smile on her face. Let her go being happy. Now, there's a few things going on. One in particular that if you wanna do something for Fauna, there's a campaign to try to help her reach 1 million subs. That would be a great thing to do if you're able to. To get her that gold YouTube button. And show her that yes, we really care. Give me a second again. sorry again for all of this emotional outbursts. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But yeah, that's what some people are trying to do, is get her to 1 million subs. I wish I knew what I could do. I don't know what I could do. I could get this game out. I think that's what my obligation is to get this game out before it's too late. It would be... I'm not asking for help on it, but if people want to, that would be great. That would make me feel happy myself to be able to get this out for her. But I'm gonna keep trying on my end. That's all I have to really say. Just support her as long as you can, and try to push through the pain. And please show her your support. Let her know how much you care, and just keep her happy. Okay? That's all I have to say. So, I'm gonna end the stream there. For everyone else, I may talk about what I'm going to do for this month, tomorrow, or maybe later today. I don't know. I might do another stream for that, because I want this to be kept specifically for fauna, and I want it to just talk to saplings, and try to give a little bit of my words of encouragement, and just talk about things like that. Again, I know that many of you have heard this over the past couple days, and I know, again, many of you are very sad and very angry, and you want to point fingers at everywhere, at everyone. Try not to be too negative. I know it's hard. I know it. But negativity, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anyone that you're pointing fingers at. It doesn't help fauna. At the very least, don't be negative for her. Okay? Okay, one last time. And I will say this, and then I will end the stream. Show your utmost support until the very end. And if or when she does show up again, keep on showing her support then. I don't have to say anything about that. I'm sure many of you already know it's been everywhere, but we will probably see her again. It is very sad to see her leave, and it's very sad to see the end of Sarah's fauna. But times do change. All good things do come to an end. I dreaded it ever since I got attacked myself. I didn't want to get super attacked, but I did. And I dreaded even thinking about this ever happening, but I knew it would at some point. But I will do my best and try to not let it affect how I do things. I will keep trying to do my own thing. I will keep going to her streams as much as I can. Hopefully I can go to each one of them this month. And I will be there for the final stream. As much as it's gonna hurt. And it's going to hurt. A lot. I know it will. But I want to be there when she goes. I wasn't there when Aqua left because I knew that was gonna be hard. Even though I only watched her for a couple months. And it was somewhat hard to watch Ame go, and I've never really watched anything of Ame. But this one's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions. But I know we can all make it through it. We got each other. And if we got each other, then we're fulfilling what Ghana wants us to do. Take care of one another. And help one another. And with that, I will end this stream, so... Take care of yourself, Saplings. And even you other non-Saplings that I know who are affected by this. All of you take care. All of you, all of the Holo members, take care of one another. Because I know this is hard for you too. And I don't know if any of them will be listening to this. But I just want to wish them all to take care of themselves. And Ghana, even though I don't think Ghana would be listening to this, if she is, well, I want to let you know that I appreciate everything that you have done in nearly 1.5 years that I've watched you. And I will keep trying to improve myself, and better myself, and be less negative. I tried at the start of the year for a little bit, and then it kind of dropped off, but I will try again. I will try to be less angry. I will try and pick the pieces back up and try and get my life back together. Because you have given me the motivation and courage to keep trying and keep pushing. So with that, I hope that you all take care and you support her for the rest of her time here. That is all. Take care, guys.